Hey, super angry monkey. I watched your video. I've only seen like a few of your videos, and I was just wondering if you've seen any of mine, just out of curiosity. If you haven't, I invite you to check out some of them. Maybe you like some of the more angry rants that I've done. They're mixed in there. Usually I do a very peaceful, calm, spiritual video. But in any case, your video was the first video that I've watched on this subject, the polygamy cult, quote unquote. I don't know. That's the media hype there. I don't really think that they should be called that, first of all. Um, just as a general rule, I really tend to doubt the information that comes out on these types of stories at first because it's a pack of lies. There's always some kind of a spin on it to attract a kind of tabloid gossip mentality. But I think that you've addressed a few of the issues that are really important as far as who the F these gangs under mob rule think they are, such as the Child Protective Services agencies. I've had more closer dealings with these people when I've been involved with certain intentional groups. I would call them intentional communities because that's what they like to be called. And of course, not this one in particular in Texas, but various other ones over the past. And uh, I would give you one specifically, and for all the people who have heard of them, they're called the 12 Tribes of Israel, I think, the 12 Tribes people, and they believe that they are some kind of rejuvenation from the Bible of the 12 tribes that originally founded ancient Israel. And so they're getting people together to live cooperatively and communally. And I spend probably a total, let's say, 10 months of my life with some of their various locations. Okay, so you could basically consider me one of the experts on YouTube for whatever that's worth. I lived with them. Uh, I worked with them, and I studied their teachings. And Child Protective Services in their respective states had interfered and harassed them. Um, and I want to relate this to the story, the recent story that you are criticizing or analyzing, your commentary. Uh, it's well warranted because these agencies are, I don't know, they're an extremist right wing faction of the federal government. And they sometimes take on a uh, state version from state to state. But I mean, the really the biggest question is what authority do they have? They're paid by tax dollars. Okay, so therefore, any of these organizations have to be accountable to what the taxpayers want, and that's the people. So, do we want them going around breaking up families under false pretense? These kind of things should be decided democratically. You know, we don't give these agencies uh, fascia prima or free reign uh, uh, posse comitatus. Whatever kind of premise they want to operate under. These thugs, uh, they're basically a form of neo-Nazis. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Um, what the good people have to do is just become educated. We can't First of all, the media has no business putting spin on this. The media disgusts me. I'm sorry. The media, I'm as angry as you are. So that's why I've even bothered responding to you. And I hope that you get a lot more views. I'll help you on that. I tend to magnify things if I jump in and get involved. So let's get this word out so the people get educated, so they're not being falsely educated or indoctrinated by the bullshit mainstream media. I'm sorry, but they do a good job some of the time, but in most cases, they're just putting out the disinformation that Big Brother uh, wants them to do. So, Polygamist cult. You're saying that the children have been given back to their families, which is it's a good thing because I believe that most of this was just distorted. Was just this is an abuse, and I also will compare it to Waco. Okay, everybody hear that well. Waco, the destruction and the suffering that was caused there. But, but, right, just really put everything into perspective right now. And I want Super Angry Monkey really to address on this because everything else is, I'm basically agreeing with you and regurgitating all of those, um, the reactions and the thoughts that you have. But this is the other thing. Why would this happen to an autonomous group, a religious group that was seeking its own liberty, its own religious expression, and its own pursuit of happiness? Why would this happen to them? Why would they become persecuted like this? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why this happened is because they are too isolated. They are hiding too much because they don't care about the mainstream. They don't care at all about the government, and they got some people pissed off because of that. This is a bad policy. This is very bad policy. So everybody, word to the wise, um, do as I do. Do as the president does of Utubia. Do as Mystery does. Mystery is not really a mystery. He exposes the mystery. He puts himself out there. He is being real as a vlogger. He's letting you, the public, get to know him. And this is in terms of community. You can't have your privacy, your cake and eat it too. You can't have that. You have to open up and let people see what you're doing, even if you're doing something different. You can't ever hide this. I believe that the polygamy cult was suspicious because of hiding out. Now, I would tell you right now, you see the sunlight behind me? That sun is shining over the desert in New Mexico. So I'm only a few hundred miles away from the where the cult was. And I don't intend to go over there, but I am very close to where everything was going on. Uh, I passed through Texas on the way here, and as I said, I was hearing about this story, and this is really the first video that I've watched. Your vlog was the first one that touched on the subject, and maybe that'll be it for me. Maybe I think this is pretty conclusive. This is where I stand, and just keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, Angry Monkey. When you see a story like this, you report on it and bring it to my attention. Thank you.